Hello guys, this is Akshay Daga, and in this video I'll talk about if else condition in Python. So till now in all my previous videos we had talked about different data types and everything, but one thing was common, like execution. If we talk about the execution direction of any program, any line of codes we have written, it was always one directional from top to bottom, line by line execution. But what if you want to control the direction of execution, right? Flow of execution, I must say. Then there must be there are some programming statements which you can use. One of the statement is conditioning, like just like a decision making in your life, you can, as per the decision, you can take the action. So for that you use if else. Similarly, there are looping stuff as well. So you can do the loop and you can repeat the same task, similar task again and again. So in this video, we'll talk about if else condition. So without wasting time, let's start. I'm sharing my screen. So this is my Jupyter notebook. So right now, let's say if I write multiple line of code, a equal to 10 and then b equal to 5 and so on and something like that, some more line, then what will happen? All those things will get executed line by line, one by one, top to bottom. But I want to do the execution as per the condition, right? As per the decision, like in your life, you take decision and you think something like that. If this happens, then we will do that thing. If something else happens, then we will do another thing. So same thing if you want to do programmatically. So for that, you will need if condition. So right now, let's say I have assigned the value 10 to a, variable name a. Okay. Now, I want to check whether whatever value is assigned to a is greater than 10 or less than 10 or greater than 5, something like that. So if I do this, so it is going to check whether whatever value is stored in a, that is greater than 5 or not. So I'll execute this. It is returning true. Why? Because this condition is true. It is satisfied because the value of a is 10. So 10 is always greater than 5. So that's true. If I do like something like this, is less than 5, it is false, right? So these are the condition. Now what will I do? I'll check the condition and accordingly I'll print something. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll write if, I'll write after if, I'll write the condition a is greater than 5, then colon. This is the syntax, I'll talk about it. And if it is true, if this condition is true, then and then only whatever statement you have written below that, that will get executed. Otherwise, it won't work. So I'll write print the condition is true, right? And I'm executing this. See, the output of this is it has printed the condition is true. Similarly, what if I copy this code as it is and instead of this condition, I change the condition, right? Now, even if I executed this, but this line didn't get executed, right? Why? Because this condition is false. The value of a is 10. So 10 is not less than 5, right? So it is false. 10 is not less than 5. Since it is false, it will skip this part, right? And it will go to the next line. But next line is nothing. That is the end of the code. That's why it didn't print anything. Okay. Now, what if I do something like this? If a is greater than 5, and if I don't write anything, what will happen? It is throwing an error. Why? Because it is the need of syntax. Like if you are using some syntax, if you are checking some condition using if, then you should write some of the statement. Like if this statement is true, then you should do some action. But if you don't write anything, it is a syntactical error. That's why it is giving you an error. So in Python, you have option. If you don't want to do anything for now for testing purpose or maybe as per the logic also, then you can write a keyword pass in small letters. Pass. If I do this, so pass means it will pass that line. Like technically, internally, computer system has something to do. System has to execute this line so that we can get rid of our earlier error. Similarly, there is another keyword which is available, which will do nothing. So instead of pass, if I use none, it will work just like the statement pass. Okay. right? Now, here I have checked only one condition. Whether it is true, then it will do something. But when it is false, it must do something else, right? So for that, the syntax is little bit different. But before going to that, I'll tell you, I'll talk about the syntax. So right now, look at here. So yeah, the syntax is very simple. The syntax is like if in small letter, okay? If here there must be some condition, right? After the condition, there must be colon. And whatever you want to execute after, if the condition is true, then you should write it over here, okay? And see, there is no any opening bracket or closing bracket, because you can, whenever this condition is true, you can execute. It is not necessary to execute only one line of code. You can execute multiple line of code as well. And there is no option of this curly braces, just like any other programming language. Then how will you get to know that how many line of code you should execute, and whatever line is after this patch, this code block, right? So for that, there is an option. I'll clear this. So for that, there is option. I'll show you. See, so Python language works on the basis of indentation. Okay, there is no any curly brace starting or opening or closing curly brace. It works on indentation. So if whenever I write if, I'm just repeating myself once again, a is greater than 5, then colon as per the syntax, then automatically it went, when I press enter, automatically it went to the next line. But you can see it didn't go here, it came here directly. So whatever you want to execute after this if condition, you should give a tab and then only you should write. I'll show you. Print 1, print 2, print 3, and print 4. So from this example, you will get the idea. See, print 1, print 2, and print 3. These three conditions will be executed only when this if condition is true. And print 4 is irrespective of whatever, whether this condition is true or not, this condition will be printed. I'll show you how. See, here you can see all the print 1, 2, 3, 4, everything happened. But if I reverse this condition, now this condition is false because the value of a is 10. Now, if I execute this, you can see only 4 is printed because these three conditions are skipped. Why? Because these three statements are skipped. Why? Because this condition is false. So this is how you can control the flow of execution, right? This is the indentation. So indentation can be done by a tab or 4 times space, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And this is the common mistake. If you are learning the Python for very first time, this is the common mistake. If you try to write a if condition or anything like if, for, or any other syntax which is similar to this, generally people will write to forget to type this colon after the condition, and otherwise people make mistake while doing this indentation. So if you are trying this if for the first time, then and if you are getting the error, then please check whether you have given the colon correctly or not, and after that whether you have given the indentation correctly or not. See, it is working right now. Since the condition is false, nothing is printed. Now it is working. But if I change the indentation by just a single space, it will throw an error. Again, this is the correct one. Even if I give one space lesser, it will throw an error. Okay, so indentation is very, very important key part of Python programming. So, okay, so now you know about the syntax and indentation part for if. Now, I was talking about, I want to execute it in such a way that if this condition is true, then do this. Else, if this condition is false, then do something else. So I'll copy this as it is. So a is greater than 5, that is true. Then I'll write else. Print the condition is false. Okay. Now I'm executing this. Since a is greater than 5, this condition is true. You got this output. The condition is true. Whatever statement I have written in the print, that is executed. If I change this condition to exactly opposite, now this condition is false, right? And if I execute it once again, you can see now this line is executed and this line is skipped. Okay, syntax is again same. If, then condition, then colon, then using indentation after one tab, you can write line of code which you want to execute when this condition is true. After that, else. In else part, you don't need to provide any kind of condition, because else means if this is not true, then whatever is remaining, it will go here and it will execute this line of code. Okay. Now, again, there is one mistake generally people do while writing this. Sometimes people write else over here. Okay. Something like that. So it will throw an error. Why? Because of indentation issue. If and else should be indented correctly. You can see the starting point of if and else should be same. Okay. Now let's move to the again next thing. Here I have checked only one condition. What if I have multiple conditions? Okay. Like if a is greater than 5, a is less than 5, then print, I'll say 1. Now I want to write else if, okay, a is less than 10, then print 2. Then else if a is less than 15, then print 3, and else print 4. Right. Now for your ease of understanding, I have written else if, right? But I think it won't work because it is not the correct syntax. Let me check. See, the flow is very simple. Whatever is the value in a, so it will check whether that a is less than 5. If it is true, then it will print 1. If not, then it will go here and it will check whether a is less than 10. If yes, then it will print 2. If not, then it will go here. It will check whether a is less than 15. Then it will print 3. And if that is also not true, then without checking any condition, it will print 4. I'll try to execute this. As per my knowledge, else if works in other programming language, but in Python, the syntax is different. And that's why it gave me error. So even though the logically it should be else if, the syntax for that is elif. Okay. In Python, generally you have to write very less syntaxes. So for else if, they have made it short, that is elif. And if I execute this, you'll see it has printed 3. Why? Because it checked the value of a over here is 10. I'll write it once again here, a equal to 10. Okay. So it will check whether 10 is less than 5. No, false. Then it went here. Whether 10 is less than 10. No, false. 10 equal to 10, but 10 less than 10, it is false. Then it went here. 10 is less than 15. True. That's why it printed 3. And then it skipped this else part as well. Once the condition is true, whatever is written within that will be executed. So similarly, I can do one thing. I can take input from user also. So enter the number in single quotes. Okay. And whenever we use input function, whatever value gets stored, it is in string. So we have to typecast it to int, because below we are comparing it with other integers. So I'm executing this. Now I'll write value 4. See, it printed 1. Similarly, if I execute it once again, I'll write something like 25. It printed 4. Why? Because all previous 3 conditions are not satisfied. That's why it executed this line, whatever is written in else. Okay. So that's it. Now there is a next part. We started with only if, then we went to else, if and then else, and after that we did elif, that is else if. Now this is just an example. I'll write an example like where it is used. So you might have seen that if you go to ATM, it asks you to enter a pin, right? Whatever 4-digit pin. So I'll set a pin. It is a fixed pin which come with your debit card. So the pin is 1234. Okay. Now I'll take input. So entered pin is, I'll typecast it to int, then input, and I'll say enter a 4-digit pin. Okay, that and that whatever pin user will enter will be stored over here. Now we'll use if condition. So this is the real-time scenario. I'm just writing the, like telling you this example so that you should understand why this if else if and else is required in programming. So if I write if entered pin is equal to 1 to, oh sorry, pin, then like colon, print pin is verified, else, again colon, you have to write colon after else as well. Okay, print wrong pin entered. Okay, one more thing, why double equal to is there? You know, whenever we use equal to sign, it is for assignment, right? Here we have used pin equal to 1 2 3 4. So this 1 2 3 4, this value is assigned to this variable pin. But whenever you want to compare whether those two things are same or not, then you will use double equal to. That is the syntax in Python. Now I'm executing this. If I enter pin 1 2 3 4 exactly same, then it will print pin is verified. And if I enter some wrong pin, then you can see wrong pin is entered. So this kind of conditions, this kind of codings are done whenever you enter pin. So this is the use case for if else condition, and that's why if else is needed, and it's very important for all kind of programming. Now I want to talk about some nested if else as well, like if within if. But before that, I'll give you one example also. Similarly, just like this ATM example, this is a ATM pin example. Similarly, I'll write one more example, that is student pass student result. Okay, here I'll show you how it can be done. So first of all, we'll accept the marks equal to int input, enter your marks. Right, now let's start. If marks are less than 35, then print your grade is F. Similarly, if marks are less than 50, then print, I'll just copy this print statement. D. If marks greater than 70, then print your grade is C. If marks less than 90, then print grade is B. If marks less than 95, then I'm writing all this because I want to explain some few next things as well. I'll use the same example to explain those things. So I'm just printing this A, the grade is A, and else, like if marks are more than, let's say, in else you don't need to provide any condition. Okay, so I'll write your grade is A plus. Fine. So if I execute this, you can see I'll enter the marks, that is I'll write 80. The grade is B. Why? The mark, this is false, 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 this is true. So that's why it executed this line, your grade is B. Similarly, if I execute it once again, then you can see I'll write something like 20 marks. So your grade is F, right? So I think you understood if, else if, and else, right? While writing the condition here, we can see everywhere we have written only one condition, that is if mark is less than something. If you want to write multiple condition like this and this, 1 and 2, something like that, then also we can write it like I'll show you. In the same code, I'll make little bit different. If the marks are less than 35, then your grade is F. Then if your marks are less than 50, and I'll write and marks are greater than or equal to 35, then it will write this D. Here you can see, here in this else if, it will check for this condition and this condition, right? If both the conditions are true, then only it will print this. Similarly, I'll write it something like that, and marks are greater than or equal to 50, and marks are greater than or equal to 70, and marks are greater than or equal to 90. Now see why I have done this. I wanted to show you how syntax works. This is condition 1 and condition 2. So this is how you can give two conditions in one if statement or else if statement. Why this is needed? In our earlier code, see, whenever it asks for this logic, if I enter, let's say 90 marks, it gave me the grade is A, right? And let's check whether it is right or not. I have given it has 90 marks, so false, false, false. This is also false, because 90 equal to 90, 90 less than 90, it is false. So that's why it went here and it gave it A grade. And if I make the same thing here, if I write 90, it also gave me A. It is just checking. We have, for the safer side, we have written each and everything over here. It checks both the condition. So if you check here, whether the marks are less than 95, right? Whether marks are greater than or equal to 90, right? Both the condition are true. That's why your grade is A, it is printed. Now, I want to explain that how nested loop works. Nested if works. I want to show you how if within if works. So let's say I'll take this example as it is. So whether you are pass or not, for that, two conditions are checked. First one is mark. Second one is your attendance. So I'll add that. So attendance, I'm creating a new variable. Int input, enter your attendance 0 to 100 in terms of percentage. Okay. Now what I want, if attendance is greater than or equal to 70, then and then only it will check whatever is the other marks he got. If the attendance is less than 70, then the student should be failed, right? Because of low attendance. So I'll write it something like that. If attendance is greater than or equal to 70, then I want to execute all this, right? So I'll take it here and I want to indent it, right, correctly. So I'll control everything, select everything and press tab. So everything is indented. Now I want else. Don't get confused. This else belong to this if, okay? And this else belong to this if, right? So you will understand, if this condition is true, then and then only all this block will be executed. If this is false, then all this part will be skipped and whatever I will write below this else, that will be executed. So I'll write you are failed due to low attendance, right? So I'll execute this. It is asking me enter your attendance, so I'll write 55%. What are your marks? Maybe 95%, 95 marks, but still you are failed due to low attendance. Why? It checked attendance is greater than 70, greater than or equal to 70. No, false. So it skipped all this part and it went directly to this else and printed this. Now if I run it once again, my attendance is 80, I'll say, and marks are, let's say, 65. So what happened? It checked whether attendance is greater than 70. Yes. Then only it checked for marks. Less than 35, no. Less than 50, no. Less than 75, yes. And greater than 50, right? So it printed your grade is C. So this is how if else condition works in Python. I hope you got the idea how if else, if and else work in Python. At the same time you got the idea how nested if work. Nested if means if you write if within if, that is nothing but a nested if else statement. So how that works, what will be the flow of execution for your code. So you got the idea about all that. So if you understood, if you gain some knowledge from this, please like, comment, share, subscribe. And this is Akshay Daga signing off. Bye bye.